Imagine you have two identical twin retirement accounts. You put the same amount of money into both. You invest in the same things. You wait the same number of years. But when you retire, one of them lets you keep significantly more of your money. The difference is all about when you pay taxes. By the end of this video, you will understand the core difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA, and why that difference matters for your future. An IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. It is a type of savings account that comes with special tax benefits designed to encourage people to save for retirement. There are two main types: the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. The fundamental difference between them is this: with a traditional IRA, you get a tax break now, but you pay taxes later when you withdraw the money in retirement. With a Roth IRA, you pay taxes now on the money you contribute, but all your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. Think of it like paying for a meal. With a traditional IRA, you get a discount on the meal today, but you have to leave a tip when you finish eating decades from now. And that tip is calculated on the total bill, including all the growth. With a Roth IRA, you pay the full price for the meal today, no discount. But when you finish eating in the future, you walk away owing nothing extra. No tip required. Let us break down how each one works. A traditional IRA allows you to deduct your contributions from your taxable income in the year you make them. If you contribute $3,000 to a traditional IRA this year, your taxable income drops by $3,000. If you are in the 22% tax bracket, that saves you $660 in taxes right now. The money grows inside the account tax-deferred, meaning you do not pay taxes on dividends, interest, or capital gains while it sits there. But when you retire and start taking money out, every dollar you withdraw is taxed as ordinary income at whatever your tax rate is at that time. A Roth IRA works the opposite way. You contribute money that has already been taxed. There is no upfront tax deduction. That same $3,000 contribution does not reduce your taxable income at all. But just like the traditional IRA, the money grows tax-free inside the account. The big difference comes at retirement. When you withdraw money from a Roth IRA, you pay zero taxes on it. Not on your contributions, not on the growth, not on anything. It is all yours. One more important detail. Both account types have the same annual contribution limit, which is $7,000 for most people as of recent years, or $8,000 if you are 50 or older. And both require you to wait until age 59 and a half to withdraw earnings without a penalty, with some exceptions. Let us walk through a concrete example to see how these accounts work over time. Imagine two people, both 30 years old. Person A opens a traditional IRA. Person B opens a Roth IRA. Both contribute $5,000 per year for 30 years. Both invest in the same mix of index funds. Both earn an average annual return of 7%, which is a realistic long-term estimate for a balanced stock portfolio. Let us assume both are in the 22% tax bracket now, and will also be in the 22% bracket in retirement. For person A with the traditional IRA, each $5,000 contribution reduces their taxable income by $5,000. At a 22% tax rate, that is a tax savings of $1,100 per year. Over 30 years, they save $33,000 in taxes up front. Their contributions and growth happen tax-deferred. After 30 years, with 7% average annual growth, their account balance grows to roughly $472,000. But remember, they have not paid taxes on any of this yet. When person A retires and starts withdrawing money, every dollar is taxed as ordinary income. If they withdraw the full balance at the 22% rate, they will pay about $104,000 in taxes. Their after-tax amount is roughly $368,000. Now, person B with the Roth IRA. They contribute the same $5,000 per year, but they get no tax deduction. They pay the full tax bill every year. Over 30 years, they also accumulate $472,000 in the account because the growth rate is identical. The difference is what happens at retirement. Person B withdraws that $472,000 completely tax-free. They keep every penny. So even though both people contributed the same amount and earned the same return, Person B ends up with roughly $104,000 more in spendable money. That is the power of tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals. The Roth IRA wins in this scenario because the tax burden is paid early when the account is smaller, not later when it has grown. But this example assumes tax rates stay the same. What if your tax rate in retirement is lower than it is now? Then the traditional IRA could come out ahead. If Person A is in the 22% bracket now, but drops to the 12% bracket in retirement, they save 22% upfront, but only pay 12% later. That difference tilts the math in favor of the traditional IRA. This is why the decision depends heavily on your current tax rate versus your expected future tax rate. A common misconception is that the Roth IRA is always better because tax-free withdrawals sound more appealing than tax-deferred growth. But that is not necessarily true. The better choice depends entirely on your tax situation. If you are early in your career, earning a modest income, and in a low tax bracket, a Roth IRA usually makes sense because you are paying taxes at a low rate now and locking in tax-free growth. But if you are in your peak earning years, in a high tax bracket, a traditional IRA might be smarter because the upfront deduction saves you money at a high rate, and you might drop to a lower bracket in retirement when you have less income. Another misconception is that you can only have one or the other. You can actually have both a Roth and a traditional IRA, and you can contribute to both in the same year, as long as your total contributions across both accounts do not exceed the annual limit. Some people split their contributions between both types as a tax diversification strategy. They are hedging their bets in case tax rates change unpredictably in the future. The key is to think about where you are now and where you expect to be later. There is no universal right answer. Here is the single most important thing to remember. A Roth IRA and a traditional IRA are both powerful retirement tools, but they tax your money at different times. Traditional gives you a tax break today and taxes you later. Roth makes you pay taxes today, but lets you withdraw tax-free in retirement. The right choice depends on whether you think your tax rate will be higher or lower in the future. If you are unsure, you can use both and diversify your tax exposure. Either way, the most important move is to start saving in one of these accounts as early as possible, because time and compound growth matter more than which account type you pick. If this explanation helped you understand the difference between these two account types, consider subscribing for more plain English breakdowns of personal finance concepts. Next time, we will tackle the question of how much you should actually be saving for retirement in the first place. Thanks for watching.